My name's Zhang Timing, I'm 18. And I'm basically an online philosopher. Today's the day I'm meeting my online friend in real life. Honestly, I'm so nervous right now. Come to think of it, all my online friends are a bunch of quirky teenagers. Just like me, haha. If you don't believe it, please take a look at our chat records.
Yo!
なんかのさなぎとかじゃない？
こないだ最悪だったよ。焼き鳥屋で鶏雑炊頼んだらレバーばっかり入ってんだよ。俺レバー嫌いなんだよ。
それなんかのさなぎだったんじゃない？
俺去年は充電してたんだよ。まあ一昨年も充電してたけど。
なんかのさなぎとかじゃない？
こないだ最悪だったよ。焼き鳥屋で鶏雑炊頼んだらレバーばっかり入ってんだよ。俺レバー嫌いなんだよ。
それなんかのさなぎだったんじゃない？
俺去年は充電してたんだよ。まあ一昨年も充電してたけど。
お前の傘の裏に入ってて、なんかのさなぎじゃない？
I'm so messy fighting. My heart feels so cold, my stomach aches like being shot, and my hand won't stop trembling.
Man, nowadays teens are totally ruined by the internet.
You must be a philosopher. Oh, don't pretend that you know me. I'm the one you love best, right? You PM me every day, said I'm so pretty.
So you must be right?
No, come on, don't be that.
Oh my god, what a narcissistic guy.
What's there? Just so old-fashioned. Looks like my grandma's clothes.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to meet with my internet friend. Interneto, I'm too hungry, but I love this food. I want to order this one, and also this, and this one.
Oh my god, is this the reincarnation of a starving ghost?
This hamburger, this fries, this one, and this tea, and this tea or lemon ice, and boba tea. Yeah, that's all.
Oh my god, baby. We are following me.
You look like a ghost, you know.
In fact, I'm not really a less, but I take this as a trend on the internet. Are you broadcasting live? Please add special effects to me.
Group the digital aesthetic self-perception and augmented identity enhancement paradigm explains why I can just post a picture without filters, not even kidding. My brain wants to enhance it to show up before the real me even rolls out. Then there's the socio-technological mediation of virtual self-representation model, which is wild. Basically, we are all trained to make our online selves flawless, curated and well-documented. Reality, optional. And oh, for the hyperreal beauty composition and automatic validation hypothesis of the make. Society and the algorithm box literally rewards the rebuilt version of you. So yeah, every time I step on a beauty filter, it spills a tiny rebuilding and a survival hack in the bigger jungle.
Oh my god, I'm too eruditate.
Keep worrying about having family safe. Keep worrying about staying under 40 kilograms. Meanwhile, I'm here in the pigsty. I have never felt a hint of sorrow. I'm not tired at all. This group has always been each other, speaking their own mind. No one ever cares what I think. I've never received any respect.
Who said no one cared about you? I think we could develop a romantic relationship.
You know, I invest in you. And what? I don't mind. I'm about to say comes purely from my inner confidence and experience. Even though I know that up to 30% of depression cases may later be diagnosed as bipolar disorder, I have recovered and am not manic. Because everyone loves me on the internet and I'm a lioness of a woman. The moment I close my eyes, I'm blinded by my bright future. I have endless inspiration, boundless talent. I'm a creator who transcends the universe. My GPA can hit 3.9 and I could write a 20-page paper and make 2 slides of PowerPoint presentations right now.
I think I should empty the food in my stomach, otherwise I will gain weight.
Excuse me, are you okay?
Okay, let's continue our netizens party. Wait, what are they doing?
I'm not good at anything. Since the day I was born, my parents have been negating me, counting every effort I made. They think everything I pursued meaningless, everything I love is abnormal. My father won't leave me until I come out loud, right outside of our home, and my mother just watch it.
What's wrong with you? Look in my eyes! Tell me, why? Why, baby, why?
Love me, but I have seen online that whenever someone posts self-harm pictures, people always come for them. Many of the videos I come across also show drug overdose. I never wanted to be like this, but I have been feeling down all the time, uninterested in anything and taking anything. Seeing those posts made me think self-harm wasn't a big deal. One day, I wanted to use pay to push myself to study, and things spiraled out of control. After that, I was diagnosed with desperation. Following MECT treatment, I noticed my memory had declined significantly, and I couldn't keep up with school at all. Later, I found out online that many people with depression had to take leave from school and struggle to work, which pushes me further toward collapse. I often thought about overdosing on pills to end my life, and the feeling of taking too much medication actually made me feel weirdly comforted. Eventually, I started posting similar content online too. Unexpectedly, it gained a lot of attention, so I just kept going, almost wanting to die.
I need to be the most special among all. The prize from others is not an added bonus. It is something I absolutely need. If I am not the center of attention, it means I don't exist at all. I hate dependence and depression, including the feelings I sometimes have myself. That's very embarrassing. Interpersonal relationships are like a mirror, used to confirm my perfection. If you can reflect and gorgeous, then you are useless. I know this might sound cold-blooded, but that's my logic. Empathy, that's too energy-consuming and unnecessary. Controlling the situation and getting admiration made me feel safe. Sometimes, when nothing has happened, I feel a void in my heart, but I immediately find something to do. Criticizing others, planning the next success, or even get into conflict to suppress the feeling. Stopping to reflect on oneself, that's too risky.
I always knew I was a lesbian, at least that's what I saw during that time. Looking back now, I slowly realized that the like girls at the beginning was actually more like a follow-up. At that time, I was incorporated, and I was confused about my emotions, relationships, and identity. Social media is full of content such as girls and girls are a good match, and two girls are sweater together, as well as kind of CP clips, couples' daily lives, and human packaging. I'm surrounded by these things, and the grooming keeps pushing me, which makes me feel that this is a cute, unique, and popular identity. Teenagers are in the creative period of self-identifications, ages for a sense of going and personality experience, that the lesbian character sitting on the internet is shaped into unique symbols, which is in line with my physicals of getting rid of mystic and seeking groups recognitions. The limitations behaviors of peers on the social platforms will activate the spread of latent, forming a couple smoke circles effect. I want to be honest about something I've struggled with. I have an eating disorder, and for a long time I blamed control, discipline, or pressure from the outside. But the truth is, it came from fear, insecurity, and the belief that my worth depended on how I looked. I ignored my body's signals and treated harm as achievement, which was a mistake. Recognizing this doesn't change the past, but it helps me take responsibility and choose awareness and healing instead of denial.
Sometimes I feel like a fragment endlessly pulled by the internet, physically here, yet always drifting in the shadows of the virtue. I know every like, every comment is like a note on my existence, but no footnote has ever truly filled the emptiness inside. I know I'm anxious, not just because life is uncertain, but because I'm always trying to grasp the meaning of the world and of myself. I often wonder, if souls were a virus, I'd probably be the one most infected by my own philosophy. Every conversation, every scroll is a test of my worth, yet I fear the answer will always remain out of reach.
I understand all your pain. Stop for a second. Don't be in such a hurry to define each other. Just want to confirm one thing. What you're talking about right now, is it the real you or the version written for you by the internet? Philosophically speaking, humans are not directly controlled by the world. We understand ourselves by endowing things with meaning. But here's the problem: long before you get to assign meaning, the algorithms have already taken the lead. You validate your existence through likes, you define who you are through labels, you confirm your reality through pain, you measure your worth through traffic, you make sure you're not swept away through endless explanations. This is no longer self-identification. This is outsourcing your sense of existence. Jean-Paul Sartre put it harshly: when you know yourself entirely through the eyes of others, you are no longer your own, and the internet just upgraded those others into a permanently online recommendation system. So the question isn't who among you is more extreme or more normal. The question is that this era has mistaken being seen for existence itself. Now, whoever stops performing first is the sanest person tonight.
I understand it now. According to Husserl's phenomenological theory, social media interfered with my process of meaning giving. On the internet, I saw how self-harm and drug overdoses generated so much attention, so many discussions, and so many focus. The more I scrolled, the more such content was pushed to me. In the end, regarding the meaning of depression, because the algorithms didn't push opposing content, I only feel this meaning with supportive attitude. Eventually, I formed a completely distorted interpretation. But since I didn't realize it was wrong, I kept deepening this misunderstanding until it solidified it into a fixed categorical intuition.
The reason why I follow the church and call myself a lesbian actually reflects the counts of adolescent self-identity, the influence of the internet environment, and the desire for a sense of belonging. From a philosophical point of view, this is more like what Sartre said: the others are healed. I constantly looking for my positions in the eyes of others and the turns of the internet, and mistaken the expectations of the outside world for my own truth. Later, I gradually realized that the nature is comprehensive. Your self-truly identity is not shaped by terms or defined by labels, not slowly forms through continuous experience, reflections, and counts. Now I'm more willing to use Foucault's safe technologies to understand myself by reducing dependence on and social recognitions, increasing offline experience and real emotional awareness. I began to learn to pull myself out of the host and host of the church, so that our identities because the independent and continuous creations, rather than passively follows the church.
Others say that people with NPE crave attention and lack empathy. Yes, my social media is all about performance, a carefully staged life just to get likes. That feeling of being noticed is like a drug. I actually fear criticism and rely on approval. Presenting perfection is because I'm afraid that my true self won't be accepted. The internet allows me to make up my achievements without having to face real interpersonal feedback. I'm not truly perfect. I'm just imitating those perfect displays, exchanging external symbols of before recognition, but drifting further and further away from my true self. I only care about the traffic of the content, but fail to see the real person behind the screen. This kind of behavior is not a personality trait, but rather a pathologic structure that uses others' attention to replace one's own self-worth. The internet has strengthened all of this. Perhaps what I should learn is how to focus on myself instead of always waiting to be noticed.
I really understand it. At some point, I realized my eating disorder was not a failure of the body, but a misunderstanding of the self. I treated my body as an object to conquer, instead of a part of my being to listen to. Philosophically, I was chasing an external ideal and confusing it with meaning, believing suffering could justify existence. This was my error. Awareness taught me that control is not freedom, and punishment is not virtue. True agency begins when I stop fighting my body and start recognizing my humanity.
This is not a personal problem. It is a political and economic one. When the economic was rising after reform and opening up, materials growth covered everything. Mental health didn't matter because life was still moving upward. People were too busy surviving and hoping. But now, the economic is slowing down. And when girls disappear, social conflict has nowhere to go. Inequality, pressure, and injustice are no longer absorbed by development. They are pushed directly onto individuals. That's why mental illness seems to appear now, not because it is new, but because it can no longer be hidden. Social media makes it worse. It exposes wealth gap and social oppressions, but exposure is not change. When it creates comparison and competitions. And competition only leads to internal exhaustions, not real class mobility. This is a society that has lost its norms. Desire keeps expanding, opportunity keeps shrinking, and no one tells you where enough is. This is social enmity, and those so-called extreme reactions are not personal failures. They are the normal outcome of a broken system.
Ultimately, the probability that teenagers will try to imitate behavior associated with mental illness will continue to rise. The process of constant imitation, driven by the desire.
Children will fictionalizing or exchanging with past traumas such as those from dysfunctional families, appearance, etc., school surviving, and so on. This involves into a transcendent intention that does not fully correspond to reality. However, after we indulge things with meaning, there is no causal link between international objects themselves and the physical entitles. Both intentions that are direct perceptions of superficial things and transcendent intentions are void international objects. Thus, such fictionalizations of angels, once again serving as international objects, are integrated into new international processes and form new phenomena. Eventually, imitation behaviors go into genuine philosophical discourse and mental disorders. I am truly gifted that you have realized that now we are all normal people again.
This video examines the phenomenon of contemporary social media exacerbating mental health crisis among adolescents through a holistic philosophical approach. It employs phenomenology, social analysis theory, critical theory, and combines this with current mental health phenomena such as eating disorders, depression, and narcissistic personality disorder. The video aims to move beyond simplistic explanations and moral panics. We does not consider social media to be the sole or primary cause of mental health issues among adolescents, but rather wields it as a powerful mediator and amplifier within a broader social, cultural, and moral context. From a phenomenological perspective, social media enables adolescents to shape their understanding and perception of reality. Repeated exposure to content generated by algorithms, particularly related to body image, popularity, and emotional pain, interact with the process of intentionality and meaning-making, thereby altering adolescents' understanding of what is normal, worthy of affirmation, or valuable. This can help explain why phenomena such as eating disorders and narcissistic tendencies have become increasingly prevalent and even normalized within online environments. Phenomenology also clarifies that these meanings are not solely created by social media. Rather, they emerge as a result of the interplay between individual consciousness and broader societal conditions.
Through utilizing Durkheim's theory of social enemy, we can gain a clear understanding of the structural context of these psychological vulnerabilities, rapidly evolving socio-economic conditions, intense competitive activities, and increasing uncertainty regarding social mobility have resulted in the partial loss of effectiveness of traditional norms that once regulated desires and expectations. In such an unstable environment, adolescents experience heightened stress, frustration, and feelings of confusion. Social media does not solely contribute to these tensions, rather, it amplifies the intensity of physical situations and emotions. Users are constantly compared to success, beauty, and social status, which can exacerbate their feelings of depression, anxiety, and low self-worth when unmet desires and perceived injustice are present.
Building on this analysis, critical theory highlights the impact of technological acceleration and data-driven logic on self-assessment. Social media platforms simplify complex interpersonal relationships into quantifiable metrics such as likes, views, and followers. This shift leads adolescents to evaluate their self-worth based on external validation rather than internal values or personal virtues. Hanneth's theory of recognition further explains how three fundamental forms of recognition are distorted in this context. Love becomes selective and superficial, legal respect is diminished due to cyberbullying and privacy violations, and social cohesion weakens as individuals compete for limited attention. These distortions of recognition can explain why adolescents exhibit extreme self-presentation, emotional withdrawal, or narcissistic behavior.
Social media isn't the only things affecting teens' mental health. Family environment and social competitions matter too. Supportive families help teens stay emotional stable and think critical about social media, while neglect or too much pressures can make them more dependent on likes approval. Academic and social competitions also lead teens to compare themselves with others, decreasing stress, anxieties, and depressions. Social media impacts with these factors, rather than acting alone, creating a complex mix of influence on mental health. Stoic philosopher offers an ethical response at the individual level, advocating for the applicants for ethics based on the idea of the controlled autonomy. Stoicism encourages teenagers to distinguish between what they can control and what they cannot in the digital environment, promoting emotional regulation and rational self-regulation. While this approach does not solve systemic inequalities or the dominance of pluralism, it provides individuals with a means to reduce anxiety and restore inner tranquility.
social media should not be viewed as the root cause of mental health issues among adolescents. Instead, it has become a significant factor that exacerbates existing societal pressures, moral tensions, and acceptance of failures. Addressing mental health issues among adolescents require much approach, combined with philosophical reflections, family support, educational guidance, and responsible platform management. By placing social media within a broader social and ethnic framework, this study has promoted more rational public discourse and highlights the practical significance of philosophy in understanding and addressing contemporary social issues.
Love yourself.